I mean, it's been out for almost like a year and a half now too, but like, all right, now like, cause this will be like my second playthrough. Like I'm on like I'm like on like game mode plus here, so like I just started. Oh yeah, oh yeah. This will be game. This will be my game plus mode. I think, or my game whatever my plus save is. Save. Yeah, I'm on. You get chapter selection after you beat the game here, so like you can go back to different chapters to like finish stuff that. No, I know how it ends. This shit ends. Okay, the B scene was nice. Like I felt some type of way the first time I watched the B scene. I was like, bro, this is majestic. But why though? I'm actually looking forward to the next 2 installments of the series, like more than I am Kingdom Hearts 4. If like, and that says a lot because like we waited like almost 7.5 fucking years for for like the 3rd installment. Like I'm actually looking forward to like how this plays out, and like I really wasn't that huge of a Final Fantasy VII fan. I still think like 7, like the original 7 is This is amazing. Like this game is fucking amazing.
Wait, I can hear
just from my knowledge and understanding of 7, and just this game is amazing. Like this game looks amazing. Hello? It's a slow burn. Hello? I hear you. Where are you, like in a wall somewhere? Oh, he's behind the desk somewhere. He's close. Is he behind the desk? Oh no, he's hanging out the window. I know why he's hanging out the window. There we go. I have to find a way out. Yeah, because Sephiroth fucking chucked his ass out the window. Can I get out of here? Yeah. Help me. Like I didn't watch. The thing is, like, I didn't watch anyone play this game, and like I was holding off on it too because I was like, bro, like this game. This was one of the games that when I bought it, like I bought a PlayStation 4. It was like, oh shit, like I bought like when I got a PlayStation 4, I bought the game right after, and I was like, this game might this might be the one for me because everyone's saying great things about it. And then like my first playthrough was like maybe April of last year. I stopped playing it because like it was that first 5 hour like, okay, like nothing's happening bullshit. And then like I revisited it again like maybe in like September of last year, and I was like, bro, why is this game so good? Like it's just everything started to make sense once you played through everything and got to where you were supposed to be. Like it made sense.
Well. Pull me up.
Nope.
I'll give you all the money you want.
Should have dropped his crusty ass right now.
Plenty of it.
End the story. Nah, just leave him. Just leave him. This scene like always gets me fucked. You're like, really? Like after all the shit talking he does, all the shit talking he fucking does.
Thing is,
like, bro, like fuck Shinra, fuck Shinra, fuck Shinra, fuck Shinra, fuck Shinra, the entire time. Like that moment, like, bro, I could just throw your little fucking crusty ass off the fucking ledge right goddamn now. Right now.
Just let me live. Everything you want can be yours. I'm a man of modest dreams. Dropping you from 70 stories up would get me damn near to good. But not all the way. You want something more, don't you? More than this right here? Talk to me again like you know me.
Bro, that line just hits different. Oh my god, that line just hits different. Fuck.
Barrett! Stop it!
Look, I'm not gonna kill the motherfucker. Like, I'm not. I'm gonna make him feel it, but like, bro, like I threw my remote the first time. I was like, there's no way that I get to this exact point and like I don't get what I want.
You're gonna get on TV and tell them what you did to Sector 7, that it was you who killed all those people. Then gonna tell them the truth about Avalanche. That Avalanche ain't Wu-Tai or anybody's puppet. That Avalanche fights for the people, the planet. That we fight to hold Shinra to account for its crimes. That is Avalanche, the filthy sewer rats who brought down a Goliath. You tell them that.
How about no?
Is that really all you want? For your names to be cleared? That is what matters most to you? More than shutting down the reactors? Than the future of the planet itself?
Nope. Bro, like, it was right there.
You're lying to
It
yourself
was
even
right
now.
there.
Truth,
Right there.
justice, honor,
Bro.
freedom.
Bro, my whole hand's a gun. Like, my whole hand's a gun. My whole hand's a gun. And you have the nerve to sit here and hold a fucking pistol. Bro, my whole fist is a gun.
Indulgences everyone.
They have the last
Picture
of them here.
Picture
think,
a world without
Cass-
Shinra.
No.
Without
Cass had
Mako
some, no.
energy. A stagnant, impotent world. Now picture a natural disaster. Who would help the people? Help them recover and rebuild? You? With their old world.
Listen, he only has a soft heart for Marlene, though. Like, that's the thing. Like, he's a badass through and through.
I'm going to give you a chance. One last opportunity to consider what your principles are truly worth. But bear in mind that time is of the essence.
And what about you, Mr. President? What are your vaunted principles?
What principles? Did you understand even a single word of what I told you? I know what I want, and I take it. I take advantage of whatever I can, and discard that which I cannot. There is no room for sentiment or guilt.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
You son of a bitch!
Oh, Lord. Dang. Bro.
Barrett!
Those whispers try to save him, too. Those whispers really did try to save him, too. Bro, just didn't say nothing. Just like, I'm just gonna impale. Look away. And look at this fucking soft boy and watch him not do shit. Because fucking Cloud is a worthless piece of shit. Like, I will say this, and I think I said this last time I streamed this game, bro. Like, Cloud on a PS5 on an up-res, like, bro, I never looked at a boy and was like, bro, like, Cloud is just a beautiful, soft emo boy. Like, he just, like, this PlayStation 5 just hits different. Like, he didn't look like that on PS4, and I own it for PS4. Like, bro, like, he just looks pretty. Like, for real, the whole face, like, look how, like, he's just like, wait, no, we're gonna pass this too. Like, these models look amazing. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, photo mode. Like, just look how soft he looks, though. Look at them eyes. Can I zoom in? Okay, I can't change camera settings, but like, he, like, in the history of like Kingdom Hearts 1, Kingdom Hearts 2, Final Fantasy 7, Advent fucking Children, like even like fucking Final Fantasy 7 Dirge of Cerebrus, like he didn't even look like this. Like he just looked like a grungy, dirty fucking emo boy. Like he looks like, bro, like like I just want to know. Like, that's the only thing I would notice. Like, every time I'm like, bro, like, he just looks soft. Like, he looks softer than Aerith and fucking Tifa.
What's happening?
I remember this, and I don't remember this. Yes. Ow, I was trying to dodge that. She's my favorite character. Like, she's my favorite character to play. Like, not because she's like anime waifu. Like, she just hits hard. I got stuck too.
So it's my turn? All set. And catch.
Like, I just love like dealing on people. It just feels so gratifying. It feels so nice. Power up. Let's do ability, do haste. Ow.
Man, I trained for this.
Ow. Something's happening. Yeah, reference tentacles here.
All in this plan. Good luck.
Taking over.
Damn,
Here we go.
like, this is like this game gets better towards the end. Like, it's a very slow burn. I got to put like the last, like this chapter, I think the 2 chapters before this, when they dropped the plate, you're just like, oh, it. God damn it!
Get ready.
Okay. Like, I was gonna say, like, how the hell did that happen to me again?
There. Tagging out.
Oh, she got stuck too. Bro, I just walked off
trained
my
for
ass
this.
beat.
Hang in there.
You know what? Fuck you.
Come on.
How about that? Like twice.
You're up.
But like they're all badasses. Though. Like depending on what game you play, like 7 is a good one, 10's a great one, and 13's a great one too. I'm gonna die here. Like 13's a great one, especially not 13. Yeah, because of lightning. Lightning, snow. I can't remember the other 2 as well too. There's like 2 more. Yeah, I beat that. I crushed that game. That game was not as memorable as I remember it the 3rd time I played it. Like, I played it maybe like 3 or 4 times, and that game was not as memorable this time around. Probably because I was playing the... It wasn't that it was bad, it was partly because, like, I guess in the remastered, they changed a bunch of things. Like, the PlayStation 2 version playthrough was, like, I remember that, and that will still always be my favorite. Oh, I didn't even do anything to you, bro. Leviathan. We do Fat Chocobo. Let's do Fat Chocobo. I haven't done that summon in a while.
You willing to step up for us?
I'm shocked that I can't use Leviathan for, like, the 2nd time I'm able to summon here. Like, that's still a weird one. Badass Chocobo. I don't roll this Genova thing either way. It's like, it's so fucking comedic. Come on, Fat Chicken. Come on, Fat Chicken. What is... Oh. Summon abilities. Kaboom. Try this one here.
Go on.
Ow. They crippled it. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah. God damn it, Cloud. Okay, now we all got stuck. So I thought it wasn't a Cloud thing. Come on, Red 13. Put in the work. Put in the work. There you go.
Go on. Come on. I'm just getting started. Get him. That's it. Come on. You're gonna feel this one.
Uh-oh. I forgot what his special is. Those are Moogles. Oh, they all lift his fat ass up. Oh my god. What's the damage? 7,000. That should be like permadeath. Like, that should be like fall damage. Like, it should be just insta permadeath. Like, that last one is funny as hell. I'm dead here. I'm dead here. Yep. Fuck.
This fight's not over yet.
Somebody kill me, please. thought magic, but I guess not, because Cloud again is useless per usual. Spell, yeah. She probably dies here too. Oh, because I healed myself, yeah. Okay, stupid boy. Can you heal Tifa? There we go. That's the person who's tanking for us right now. Just, there we go. She is a tank. Ah, been good. Been working. I mean, work's had its toll on my mental health here. I'm not gonna lie. I had like an hour deep dive, just like me, just unpacking, just a few things, like, and like, I've just been like in a, I can't say a sense of denial, but like more or less, it's just like, you know, I'm ready for the next step, almost. Because I feel like I think I've done everything that I can to put myself in a position to be successful. And like, I'm not saying like, I don't want to allude to the fact that like, I'm doing poorly, because like, trust me, like, I've gotten a performance bonus 3 of the last 3 years I've been in my position here, and that's saying a lot here. So like, you know, but like, I'm just over. I mean, it's. I mean, Rude and I were talking about it earlier. It just seems like it's a common thing right now, just among like all levels of like the workforce right now, where it's just like, you know, communication's lacking right now. Common sense isn't there anymore. Like, it's just it's a very weird space to occupy yourselves in, and like, it's, for me, it's, I'm not on this. I've been coasting. I guess that's the best. I've been like coasting a lot.
I'd keep my distance if I were you.
And
Back to good now.
I've been a lot more frustrated, partly because of the fact that like, I understand my value and I understand I forgot that I have to. And he's dead.
Now I'm mad.
And I don't have. Okay, pretty boy. Phoenix down.
Get him.
Yeah,
One more shot.
that's the best way to describe it. And I know it's like, you know, it seems like the millennial thing to do is to, you know, get on social media. The great. It seems like it's, like, I don't know. It just seems like it's easy for us to get on here and just post like 9-minute fucking TikTok videos and YouTube videos about like the workforce and our experience here. But like, as millennials, like, you know, because I'm considered a millennial. I'm not sure what you consider yourself in as far as like your age group here, but like a lot of like Gen Xers and millennials are like in this weird point where like, for us, like we are, for me, like I feel like I'm in the spot that I was in, my parents were when they were my age. And like, I'm not gonna sit here and say, yeah, like we were dirt poor. Like, I had a meal on the table every single day. My mom worked, my dad worked. Like, that was my example of hard work. Like, it was never like, hey, like my parents never did not have a job, or the lights were never not on, or like I didn't have something nice for my birthday, or, you know, didn't have nice clothes or PlayStation 5. So I was very fortunate of that my parents were like very hard working. My parents divorced. My mom was a single mom up until like my early teens, even to like when I left the house here. So like I maybe have seen my mom date like one person, but it wasn't something where it was like a full commitment. So, but like, I only say that because like my mom and I recently had a conversation maybe a couple weeks ago, and it was a huge trauma dump that I really wasn't expecting. And I get her point of doing it, and I get why she felt she needed to get all the, like, it was literally like, it was my mom, both my sisters and myself on a call here, just like talking, and you know, she brought up her livelihood, and you know, the biggest question at hand was, you know, I'm very proud of my culture, of what I know, and I hold that to myself, because for me, it's, I'm proud of who I am and what I am because it's my identity. Like I'm proud of it. Like I'm proud of being half Haitian. Like I'm proud of being half Haitian. I'm proud of knowing, like, you know, my mom, you know, I'm part St. Tomian, Virgin, you know, Puerto Rican. Like I'm proud of that. Like it gives me a sense of identity. It gives me a sense of something to tell my daughters, hey, like this is what you are. You know, granted the history may be fucked because of the slave trade and everything in between. And whenever you're ready to have unpack that conversation, we can have that, you know, from an educational standpoint. But at the same point, like my mom was very not like, as far as like introducing culture, it was more heavy on my father's Haitian side than it was on her St. Tomian side, her Puerto Rican side, partly because of her upbringing. And not to like, you know, my mom lived dirt poor, and she, you know, that's the story that I've heard before here, so it's not nothing where I'm just like, oh shit, like it's like a shell shock. Like I've heard this conversation before, but because my youngest sister didn't know it, never heard the story, and was kind of pushing, like my youngest sister's like the oddball. Like she is, you know, she's half Colombian and she has, you know, the St. Tomian and the Puerto Rican. So she's, you know, she knows. I mean, I always looked at her as the golden child, but like she is, compared to like myself and my sister, my other sister, who are of a different father, like that dynamic never played into how like we love us and like the siblings. So like, you know, my sister will always be my sister to me. Like she's always my baby sister to me. But like she pressed the idea of, hey, like why didn't we embrace that? And then we went down this deep dive, and you know, it was at this point, my mom's age, it was a story of like reflection of, hey, like I'm at the point of my story where, like, not saying she was alluding that she was dying or sick or anything, because that was the first thing that came into mind. I was like, okay, like, Mom, it's like 2-3 o'clock on the afternoon on a Sunday, like why are we all talking? Like, you know, because we're normally not like that. You know, it's always like, hey, like, I love you, I miss you. Like, I always send her a text, and it's not like we have, like, I have full-blown conversations with her. Like, my sisters do, because they still live in Florida, so they see her more. But, like, that's not, like, the dynamic of our relationship. So, like, when she said, hey, like, I need to talk to you, I'm like, oh, shit, like, something's happening. And then when she, like, kind of just said, hey, nothing's wrong, I just want to tell you this. And then, you know, what came out of it, it was... I stood on my front porch after everything was done, and like I cried, partly because there were some things that were disclosed, and I was like, bro, like I just wasn't. I can't say I wasn't ready to hear, because I needed to hear it, because that's just how the universe works. It gets you to that point where, like, regardless of what's happening in your life, and like I had something happen, I think a day before too. You just had a weird exchange with my kids. Like something happened. And then, like, that happened, and then, like, I had the conversation with my mom, and then, like, my mom and I talked separately after the conversation, and, like, I can't say I didn't feel some type of way, because I kind of knew it growing up, but that shit, like, it hurts when you hear someone admit it, and you're just like, oh, like, I guess, but, like, for me, like, at 34, I have the harsh reality of, so what? It happened. You know, like, yes, I'm gonna dwell on it. It's gonna eat me up. I'm gonna sit here and, like, you know, it's gonna irk me, and it did irk me, and it still does irk me. Like, I still cried about it recently. I still feel like I know, like, I mentioned coasting at work, but like I feel like I still feel like right now, like I'm just coasting through life right now, because like it's just you know. But I needed to hear that, because I needed to move on from that chapter and say what I had to say to my mom. And like I just kept it a buck and said, hey, listen, like, I love you. I will always love you, regardless of everything that has fucking happened. Like, I love you. But regardless of what the dynamic of our relationship is, I don't give a shit where we're at. All I know is, hey, when my kids come a calling, you pick up the fucking phone. Like, that's all I care about. Is they need anything? Can I talk to Nana? You pick up the phone. You know, that's and you know, I don't think I would have. I think in the dynamic of my relationship with my mom, like, I don't think I would have ever had the gall to say that, but I felt like I needed to say that. just because like we met down in Florida, not even like a few months before, because we were all down in Orlando for Disney and stuff. But like it was just, yeah. Partly I was afraid of saying that, partly because of just like the last time like I was trying to be very open and honest about something when we were trying to reconvene last year, and it kind of blew up in my face, and then like, you know, a lot of things were said about me that were like were unnecessary. And like for me it was like, personally, that shit hurt. Like I was at work, like my phone's blown up, like I'm getting told about myself. I'm like, bro, like the fuck just happened? And like I told my boss, I'm like, bro, like I gotta go. Like, I think that, but the weird thing about it is like, and maybe just because this is coming off the strength of this conversation, like my mom was aware. Like my mom was aware, and why? What the hell? Why can't I never? Oh, because it's like I gotta go through the alphabet of this shit.
Gotta give it my all.
But, and again, but like what I said earlier, like so what? Like, you're what, 24, 25? You're gonna be in your 30s here sooner than you think here. Like, you have to get to a point where it's like, oh, I'm sorry, like I gave you them 4 years, holy shit. But like, in honesty, like it's one of those like it's very harsh. Like, so what? Like it'd be one thing if like you're not in a position where like, hey, like, you know, you're not doing well for yourself, or hey, like, you know, like you're in this, you know, you're still self-reliant. Like I knew early on that like once for me mentally, like once I had the means and once I had the funds, like bro, like I just wanted to go. And like the second that I had an opportunity to go, I went with it, and I didn't look back. And even when an opportunity came back for me to go home, like I didn't want to go home because I needed to be free to learn how to be me. And then I ended up, you know, meeting my wife and being a stepdad and everything in between. And like, if there's one thing I would change differently is, you know, having that self-discovery period before I met my wife. Because in a lot of the issues that I had in my relationship, I probably wouldn't have had I not been confident with myself, confident in who the fuck I was or who I was trying to be, and not fucking around with people's feelings. And like that's one of my biggest regrets here. It's like, hey, I should have had that self-discovery period earlier. This like phase 2. This is like a weird phase. It's like, well, like, yeah, it does that, and then it's been.
You okay?
True, but like. Bro, I'm in this. I'm still in this, and I'm now frozen, and I'm dead in this.
Second win.
Oh, I saw that coming, and I should have blocked that. I forget what her shit is. Like, I always feel like she's so off with the use. Okay. Yeah, every time I charge this up, I still, like, I end up dying. Like, holy fuck. Yeah, like every time I get close to do some shit like that, I end up fucking getting
I'm just getting started.
grief.
Go on.
No, actually, Aerith, that's what I wanted. I wanted to do magic. Well, this spirit.
Just go away. Bingo. Bring it. Hang in there.
Oh, motherfucker. No, no, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Brace yourself.
I was like focused on this fight that I like lost what I had. No, but I was like in a sense of like, yeah, like it's one of those like, hey, like you just gotta,
I'm coming.
you know, you set that boundary and like you are with who you are here, and like, you know, you lead with love and say, hey, like bro, like regardless of what your future holds, and like, hey, like for me, like I got kids now, like my mom has grandkids, like my dad has grandkids, like all the issues and beefs that I had with them, like that's just done. Like that's just done. Like I want my, and like it was very such a surreal moment, like down in Florida when like we were like the whole family was there, like my mom, my dad, my stepmom, like the whole family was there. But like just like my dad turned to me and was like, bro, like you need to lead the charge and making sure this happens, because of everything between COVID and everything and this that in between. Like, you know, my dad having colon cancer and having emergency hysterectomy, is that right? Or colonoscopy, something like he had an emergency surgery. I think he had appendicitis or something, like something that was very severe because of the fact that he had colon cancer here. So like, you know, I was at a weird point in time in my life where like, you know, I was in a weird spot that I wasn't able to be with my family because my dad was going through his bullshit. And then, you know, so like it was one of those moments where I was like, you know, like I'm gonna take these moments for granted and not take these moments for granted anymore. And I think like the one thing I said to my wife when we got back together was like, I just feel like I need to go on this mission of like repairing the bridges that like I know I felt like I burnt, as far as like with my family, like my dad, my stepmom, and like, you know, leading with love and saying, hey, like, you know, I want you guys to be, you know, part of my life here, and like, you know, to an extent here, and not like, I know how my parents are, and I tell my brothers and sisters this all the time. It's like, you know, at least on my dad's side with my younger sister and my younger brother, it's like, bro, like, it's never not a point where like they're bitching about one of the five of us, and it's gonna be like that until we transition here. But just remember, like, I'm here for y'all. Like, my line's open. Like, I'm the awkward brother. I feel like I'm the black sheep, but like, I'm here. Like, listening to my little, like, I think we had a car ride, my wife and my brother. We were driving to a restaurant, I think the last year we met, and like just listening to him and like just listening to like everything. It was like reliving like the shit I went through when I was in college, when I was still like in my young 20s. Like, bro, like they came on hard at you. Like, trust me, like I got fucking the shit end of the fucking stick. But like but you know, but still being there and saying, hey, like, bro, like I get it, bro, I'm dead.
Let the wind. Sorry, but you handle it. Bring it. Don't think you'll walk away from this. Watch yourself.
Taking over.
No, of course, like, you know, our perception of it is always different, and like, you know, like our stories, you know, we've all had a form of conflict or something that we had to leap over and hurdle over to get to where we have to be. And like that's the very key important thing, is like making sure like, hey, like whatever shit you're going through, like you conquer it, you beat it, and then you move on from it. I'm like, listen, I'm not a textbook, I'm not a psychologist, like there's shit that I still have to fight with eternally. And I'm, again, even from like back into the apartment until even now to this point, like I'm still like, you know, you said it earlier, like it's, you know, finding yourself, you know, this whole ass journey about finding yourself. Like I still am finding myself even within the moments where like, hey, like I feel like I'm in a better position than I was maybe 4 or 5 years ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. You know, I'm more knowledgeable, I'm more wiser, and like, and not just from like that, but like from like a personal life standpoint, but like even from like a leader to like team aspect as well too. The way that I sit here and that I nurture my team, and I sit here and I try to encourage my team and try to sit here and look after my team and the people that I work with, because like, you know, like we're all human, like we're all human. And well, thank you. I'm trying to... Oh, god damn it. No, like, and it's weird because like I saw that stupid TikTok. I gotta stop pausing and finish this boss fight. But I saw that stupid TikTok about like how like your work, like your people you work with aren't your family. And like I get that and I agree with that, because you have to have that boundary and that level of respect and standard toward with the people that you have. But for me, it's like I look at it as like, hey, like how do you go to war with someone and you don't have a common ground? Like how do you fight for someone and are willing to fight for someone and not know if their interests align with yours here? And like to have to, you know, for me, like to get 20 some people or get 3 people or get 2 people to align with, hey, like this is what the goal is, like. And for me, it's not just simply about the delegating, it's about, hey, like let's delegate it so it's an even workload, so that way regardless of what your contribution is, it should feel like an equal contribution to the spoke of the wheel. It's not just, hey, I'm just doing busy work to do busy work. Like your job makes this person's job behind you a little bit better. Again, setting like I like to have the approach of setting people up for success regardless of what it is that I can do, whether it's, you know, me taking 5 extra minutes to do something that needs to be done in order for it to not cause a 2-hour hiccup in the long run, or, you know, whatever the case may be. Like I am willing to fight and go to war with my team and get dirty with my team, because again, you know, my success relies on their success, and I can't be successful of, again, like, hey, like even this week too, like I told my wife like, you know, I hate when people like cry at work, and it's not because like I hate when people cry to me, but it was like it was just in this moment of, you know, people being human. It's like, hey, like I have this ailment and I want to be here and I want to contribute, but I don't want to leave because I know like if I leave, that productivity is not going to be there. And, you know, people, you know, when you know, I had 2 people feel guilty about the fact that, hey, like they had to leave because they weren't feeling well. And I told them dead ass, is like, listen, I'd rather have you at 100% fully running on full engines than you here being miserable. Like I'm going to be the first person to tell you, hey, like I see it in your mannerisms. Like I see the effort here, but I need you to remember, hey, like your main focus is you and figuring you out, so that way, hey, you can be a better version of you to then again contribute and, you know, be on par where you're supposed to be here. And, you know, again, I understand that working at 100% maximum, like no, working at 100% too, and I get that. And like that, I push to my team as well too. Like, hey, if you need me to tell you to take a step back, like I love, and that's the thing. Like I said earlier, like I hate having to tell people to speed up. I love to be able to go to my team and say, hey, like I see it. What's wrong? Pull you back. Hey, go do this. Or hey, I will bear the brunt of this, so that way you don't have to. And if you feel like it's too much, let me know here. But like still finding a way to repurpose everyone to sit here to, again, to still to be, you know, to optimize it, so that way, hey, like we're still successful. But I've also, for me, like I've also lost enough battles. Like I've had to lose a lot. in order for me to sit here to even maybe even consider myself being a good leader. Like, that's the thing. Like, I've had to lose a lot of battles along the way. I've had to leave a job that I thought I was going to sit here and move up in, but because of whatever reason, the powers that be, I looked at it, was like, hey, like, I'd rather walk away and not lose myself and not have a nigga moment, and walk away with my pride, with everything intact, and know, hey, like, there's going to be an opportunity that's going to present itself, whether it be a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. For me, it was 6 years, 7 years. You know, I quit my job right when my daughter was born here. COVID happens, my second daughter's born, and I'm in a position where, hey, like, all those battles that I fought 10 years ago, all those lessons learned are coming into fruition and helping me be the person that I need to be here. But again, hold that thought here. I gotta use the restroom here. So I'm gonna stop talking shit here, and then I'm gonna be right back here. I'm gonna go to BRB real quick.